Dzień dobry, witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. W kolejnym odcinku zagrajmy w New Vegas DLC. Aktualnie idziemy do jaskini półmyszy, by pogadać sobie z tym całym waszym szefem, Danielem. Notabene mam nadzieję, że też ma opcję pod tytułem handel. Daniel, gdzie jest? No, to nie miała być jaskinia białego ptaka, tylko jaskinia półmyszy. Tu, w tę stronę. O, a nie, przechadza się po prostu.
told me details about the attack on your caravan. A stranger's sympathy might not count for much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. The Sorrows will mourn your friends too. They mourn everyone, even the Whitelegs. They have sensitive souls. Innocent, if there is such a thing. In spite of what's happened, I hope that Joshua and I can help you out of here. But to be frank, we need your help too.
Co wiesz o ojcu w jaskiniach?
Father in the... Oh, right. He's some spirit the Sorrows used to believe in. Watched over them from the caves in the valley. They marked some of the caves around here because they think they'll be punished for going inside. I think as more of them learn the teachings of the new Canaanites, they'll lose their old superstitions.
Może z nimi porozmawiaj. Myślą, że twój pan i ich ojciec to jedno i to samo.
Oh? Oh. Of course. How stupid of me. They probably also think Mary is the mother and Jesus is the child. No wonder they picked up on things so easily. I guess it just goes to show how difficult it is to communicate sometimes.
Potrzebuję pomocy medycznej. Pomożesz mi?
I should be able...
Potrzebuję sprzętu medycznego.
I need to address
Handluję przedwojennymi towarami i materiałami z pustkowi Mojave. Potrzebujesz ich, prawda?
I do. All right. I can provide you with supplies, but be frugal with them.
Masz zaledwie 3 steampaki. Gratuluję ci. Bardzo mało hajsu. Co ja ci mogę sprzedać mojego uzbrojenia? Mogę ci sprzedać jakiegoś shish kebaba? Nie. Nie stać cię. Stać cię na tomahawki. A i tak pewnie nie wszystkie. Ale sprzedam ci wszystkie. Ej, Daniel.
I'm glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you?
Czemu się tak palisz do ewakuacji Syjonu? Nie wyglądasz mi na pacyfistę.
There's an old saying that goes, if you want peace, get ready for war. You've got me figured half right. I'll shoot dead any white leg that tries to creep into this camp. But it's only to protect the Sorrows. The Lord helps those who help themselves. But the Sorrows don't know how. Joshua and I do. Since I got them into this mess, I need to get them out.
Masz prawo odejść, ale moim zdaniem nie powinieneś zabijać białych nóg.
You're free to hold that opinion. But you're not responsible for these people. If I have to kill to prevent their blood from being spilled, so be it.
Przemoc prowadzi do jeszcze większej przemocy.
Try walking alongside a tribal child, a refugee, and holding her hand for 3 days because her parents were killed by NCR prospectors. After the prospectors have stalked the remainder of the tribe, they fire off a few shots to scare them, and the tribe bunches together for safety. A grenade comes rolling in and kills another 6 people. The only reason you survive is because someone else's body absorbed the shrapnel. You're left sprawled out on the ground with ringing in your ears and a little girl's hand in your hand because that's all that's left of her. After you've done that, if you can look me in the eye and tell me it's better to stand aside, Maybe then I'll listen to you.
Masakra w Bitter Springs? Czyżby on nawiązywał jakoś do masakry w Bitter Springs? Nie wiem. Jakie tu masz zajęcia?
I used to help the Sorrows with various medical problems and general issues they were having, but my bishop sent me here as a missionary. We New Canaanites believe that there is a path to salvation for everyone, and it's important that we set people on that path if they are willing.
Czym zajmuje się biskup? To twój szef?
Yeah. Bishop Mordecai is... Sorry. Mordecai was my bishop. He was killed by Whitelegs during the attack on New Canaan. He was responsible for our congregation there. I don't know who my next bishop will be, but that's a problem for tomorrow. There are plenty of troubles here for us today.
Co wydarzy? Mordechai był twoim przyjacielem?
Look, I've got a lot to do here. My personal relationship, it's not important right now. Can't see how it concerns you anyway.
Ty tu dowodzisz. Jeśli coś cię trapi, może to się odbić na nas wszystkich.
I never thought I'd be in charge of anything. Don't know why. Bishop Mordecai was old. He had been sick for years. He couldn't walk anymore. It wasn't a problem for the rest of us. He made it out to be more trouble than it really was. Just his way, I guess. When the Whitelegs came, he was upstairs. We couldn't get him out in time. The house caught fire at the base and worked its way up. Fast. He didn't die of smoke. I wish he had. Sometimes I wake up and for a minute or two I think all of it was a dream. But it's not. It wasn't. I wish all of this were some fevered vision of what could have been, instead of what is, what we let happen.
Czemu nie chcesz mi opowiedzieć, co się stało w nowym kananie?
It's not a subject I'm fond of discussing. It's over and done with anyway. Why are you so interested?
Jeśli nie zaakceptujesz swojej przeszłości, ona do ciebie wróci.
True enough. We can't escape it no matter how hard we try. Best we can do is own up. Trust in the Lord to forgive. Joshua was gone. So were a lot of the other New Canaanites. Whitelegs must have been watching for a long while, counting who remained. We didn't think the Whitelegs were a real threat. Maybe it was overconfidence. Maybe sloth. Either way, we didn't see them coming. They attacked at night. They killed without regard to age or infirmity, armed or unarmed. They beat children to beat them to death in their beds while they were sleeping. And now we're all that's left. Maybe 30 of us. Pride goeth before destruction.
Co jest o plemieniu Białych Nóg?
They're hateful savages who live only to plunder and destroy. Their leader is a devil called Salt Upon Wounds. War is all he knows. Everything he has, everything that tribe has, was taken by force, raiding, and scavenging. It's said there's no man deadlier at close range, that power fist of his has smashed 100 skulls. Maybe that's true, but so what? It's a low form of leadership. A tribe that knows only war has no future. And so he'll lead them to Caesar.
Joshua powiedział, że potrzebujecie paru rzeczy. Zdaje się, że to wszystko.
Well, I'll be. I was starting to lose hope we'd be able to get any of this, much less all of it. Tribals are smart, but, well, they're ignorant. Letting go of a taboo is difficult for them. So I knew it would have to be one of us. Turns out all it took was a Gentile, or, no offense. These supplies are a godsend. But if we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more white-leg attention, I need you to go back into the valley. Specifically, I need you to scout out some locations for Whitelegs and try to recover a map of Grand Staircase, a wilderness area to the east. There's also the matter of the roads. We're going to be heading out of the east side of the park, but I'm not sure the way is clear.
Chętnie pomogę. Zrobię wszystko, co w mojej mocy.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. There aren't a lot of people in the wasteland with kindness to spare for anyone who isn't kin. Since you've been poking around the valley, you might see more activity from the Whitelegs. One of the Sorrow's hunters, Waking Cloud, has volunteered to help guide you through the valley. She has a special talent for staying out of sight. After this, it's just a matter of getting everyone out of here safe and sound. And hopefully you can head back to the Mojave without any more trouble.
Well, here we part ways. I'm needed back at the Dead Horses camp. Maybe I'll see you there sometime.
W takim razie pozdrów ode mnie Joshuę.
I will. Good going, Akis.
I rozwijamy sobie zgodnie z tym, co mówiłem wcześniej, broń białą. A i nie mamy już perków co poziom. Dość niezwykłe. Czyli mamy tutaj troszkę zadań. I przy okazji musimy zagadać z budzącą się chmurą i też ją wypytać absolutnie o wszystko. Budząca się chmura jest mniej więcej w tamtą stronę. Notabene budząca się chmura też będzie miała dla nas quest poboczny. Może nawet uda mi się go uzyskać teraz i od razu wykonać. O, chyba biegnie do mnie. Tak, budząca się chmura. Cześć, dziewczynko.
Daniel said that I was to travel with you until you have completed your scouting. Is this pleasing to you?
Brzmi nieźle, ruszajmy.
Certainly. We should make haste then.
A i najpierw chciał z mną pogadać.
Katubiu.
Masz jakąś rodzinę?
I do. A fine husband and 3 children. I miss them each day, but I take comfort in knowing they are safe.
Bezpieczni? Gdzie oni są?
When we learned that Salt Upon Wounds had defiled Zion with his presence,
Oj,
Daniel ordered the
oj.
children, the old, and the sick evacuated from the camp. My husband volunteered to lead the hunters that went with them for protection. I try not to worry about them, but we have had no news for so long, and Daniel seems sad when I ask him about it. Sad and a little frightened.
Porozmawiam z nim, może ze mną będzie bardziej szczery.
Perhaps he will. I sometimes feel he thinks he must protect me. If he has news, I would know of it.
Dobra. To najlepiej wszystko, co chcę wiedzieć.
Forward to our next speaking.
Dobra, więc wykonajmy najpierw quest poboczny. Sprawa rodzinna. Czyli w tym odcinku będzie sporo gadania. Na tym polegają RPG, moi drodzy. Prawdziwy RPG to RPG z dużą ilością gadania. I notabene, ja nie grałem jeszcze w Fallouta 4, ale jeżeli to jest tak, że tam mamy zamiast normalnych opcji dialogowych tylko skrócone, powiedzmy tak, nie, pierdol się, spadaj, to jest to fatalne. Mogę jakoś pomóc plemieniu smutków?
If you could part with it, healing powder would be welcome. We have enough stim packs for now, but we can't rely on that small supply. Brock and Xander plants can be found throughout the valley, and you might even find some on Whitelegs you come across.
Mówiłeś, że potrzebujecie proszku leczniczego. Mam go trochę, jeśli to nadal aktualne.
That's great news.
Weź.
Thanks.
Opowiedz mi o rodzinie budzącej się chmury.
What do you want to know exactly? I'm sure she could tell you much better than I.
Powiedziała, że miała komplikacje podczas jednego z porodów i otrzymała pomoc od ciebie.
Oh, well, That's true. Waking Cloud is a talented midwife. She certainly brought more children into the world than I have. But there are some problems she's never dealt with. One of them came up when she was having her third child, and I really didn't do much. I'm surprised she mentioned it.
Dobra, jeszcze. Czy to dzięki tobie reszcie jej rodziny udało się opuścić Syjon?
I did.
No, o co chodzi? Czy coś się stało?
Her 3 children are safe. They made it north weeks ago and met up with new Canaanites heading east. Her husband didn't make it. He died protecting their children from a white leg attack. Do not tell Waking Cloud. She is one of the only Sorrows who can communicate easily with us, and her tribe needs her to be strong right now.
Przecież chodzi o jej męża. Nie sądzisz, że ma prawo wiedzieć?
To everything, there is a season. Who are you or I to put this heavy burden on her now?
Jesteś Nowokananejczykiem. Powinieneś być wzorem dla tych ludzi, a nie ukrywać przed nimi prawdę.
I know, you're right. I shouldn't have hidden it from her in the first place. We can't fail here again. Zion can't become the next New Canaan. The Sorrows don't deserve that. They don't deserve any of this. Sometimes I look at them and wonder if they would have been better off if those old trails had stayed forgotten. If we had never found any of them. Tell Waking Cloud if you think that's best. I won't stop you.
Spoko, porozmawiamy
Till
później.
then.
Powiedzmy zatem budzącej się chmurze o jej rodzinie.
Katubiu.
Jeśli chodzi o twojego męża, obawiam się, że w trakcie ewakuacji został zabity przez białe nogi.
What? No. You must be mistaken. Daniel would have told me.
Obawiam się, że tak. Daniel nie powiedział ci tego, bo bał się, że żałoba nie pozwoli ci się skupić.
How dare he? What gives him the right? I thought Daniel was my friend, but he cares nothing for the Sorrows.
Myślał, że tak będzie dla najlepiej dla całego plemienia. Nie była to łatwa decyzja.
Perhaps. I will have to have a very long talk with Daniel when all of this is over. Thank you for telling me this truth.
I kolejne zadanie ukończone, moi drodzy. Zatem teraz myślę, że możemy zrobić jeszcze w tym odcinku kilka zadań. Powiedzmy to z Jaogłai. Gdzie to jest? Czy byśmy powinni stąd wyjść? Żeby opcja podróży błyskawicznej stała się dostępna? O, powiedzmy na ląd, stały. Teraz przenieśmy się do... Co jest? Co jest? Ja chcę podróży błyskawicznej. Don't be a troll. W każdym razie questy poboczne, takie nawet totalnie poboczne, też wykonujemy, jak widzę.
By the rivers of Babylon there we sat down. Yea, we wept, when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be, that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be, that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what it means?
Zdaje się, że wiem. Nie chcę opuszczać Syjonu. Wolałbyś doszczętnie zniszczyć plemienie Białych Nóg.
Given those two choices, yes. In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us in peace. But they won't. I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other. Practiced hands make for short work, and the good Lord knows there's much to be done here.
Ta rozmowa staje się nieprzyjemna. O co chodziło z tym radosnym roztrzaskiwaniem dzieci?
Happy are those who do the work of the Lord. Zion belongs to God and the people of God. It is a natural temple and monument to his glory. When our Lord entered the temple and found it polluted by money changers and beasts, did he ask them to leave? Did he cry? Did he simply walk away? No. He drove them out. It is one thing to forgive a slap across my cheek, but an insult to the Lord requires... No. It demands correction.
Nie wiem, czy zdajesz sobie sprawę, ale ja nie wierzę w to samo co wy. Czyli innymi słowy, on tutaj nieco przekręcił, przeinaczył. No bo oni powinni unikać przelewania krwisko i ja tutaj stoję po stronie Daniela, że nie należy przelewać krwi, należy ustąpić. Brakuje mu pokory, innymi słowy sporo zostało jednak nim z dawnego dowódcy Legionu.
Then as a Gentile, you should find this to be even more beneficial. If the sorrows stay in Zion, you will always have a link to New Canaan. If the sorrows leave Zion, so too do the New Canaanites. What's more, you'll have more whitelegs coming farther south. You may not be concerned over matters of faith, but this is a case where faith and practicality coincide. No one wants the whitelegs here. We just need to convince
Musimy ciebie przekonać, że naszym obowiązkiem jest opuszczenie.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Mogę ci zadać kilka osobistych pytań?
It's not something I enjoy, but I pray to God that someone may learn from my mistakes. What would you like to know?
Bardzo cierpisz. Mogę jakoś pomóc?
You are kind to offer, but no, there's nothing you can do. We don't use chems, but I learned long ago that I'm immune to their effects. It never stops burning. My skin. Every day I have to unwind the bandages and replace them with fresh ones. Exposing my body to the air is like living through it again. But it's better to be clean than comfortable.
Dobra, jeszcze kilka pytań. Co wiesz o wojnie między Cezarem a RNK?
I try not to involve myself with matters of the Mojave anymore. All I know is from before the Battle of Hoover Dam.
Co sądzisz o RNK?
Better than Caesar, but that's not a high standard. Too much love of money and ownership. Not enough love of God and giving. Any society that derives its power and authority from the will of man alone lives apart from God and will crumble in the end.
Dobra, dalej. Co wiesz o panu Hausie?
I had heard of him, but when we were preparing to enter the Mojave, he didn't seem relevant to what was happening. From what I've learned since Hoover Dam, he handled the Mojave tribes in a fashion not entirely dissimilar from Caesar. It's too bad.
Od początku trzymasz znowu Kananejczykami?
I was born in Ogden, what people came to call New Canaan. Things were more peaceful when I was growing up. When I was a young man, I went out into the world to do missionary work, as all New Canaanites do. I traveled along the Long 15 and followed 89 south into Arizona. Along the way, I met two men from a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse.
Znam ich.
Edward Sallow and Bill Calhoun. They came to teach the tribes. Calhoun was a good man. Edward was the one who got us into trouble.
To ja akurat nie znam, ale uczeń Apokalipsy ogólnie znam. Czy jednym z nich był Cezar?
No, not then. Back then he was just Edward. Smart man. Young, but we all were. We thought we could hike into the Grand Canyon and talk to Blackfoots. We did. And the Blackfoots were friendly enough at first. But eventually, I've thought back to that day so many times. I must have mistranslated. Something must have been mixed up, because the Blackfoots decided we weren't going to leave. The rest is history, assuming Edward hasn't changed it.
Jak to jest stało, że zostałeś legatem Cezara?
This way lies the path to hell. Caesar needed me to translate. Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle. Leading in battle became training, punishing, terrorizing. A series of small mistakes before a great fall. And I stayed in that darkness until after Hoover Dam. After I failed Caesar and he had me burned alive, thrown into the Grand Canyon.
Jak udało ci się przeżyć?
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on. The next morning, I woke up and crawled out of the northern edge of the Grand Canyon, that cursed place. It took me 3 months to reach New Canaan. It was as though the prodigal son had returned. They welcomed me like I had never left, never done anything to shame them. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. I will never be able to repay the debt I owe to them, but I must try.
Sobie w osoli na rany.
He's a butcher. Believe me, I know the godless fire that burns in his heart. I've been burned by it myself. He's not the kind to let his subordinates do all the killing. No, he likes to have a hand in it, with that spear of his. He's fashioned himself an abomination before the eyes of the Lord. I'm happy to serve as an instrument of divine justice.
Spoko, do widzenia.
God be with you.
I z tobą. Pogadaliśmy sobie długo, bardzo długo, ja tymczasem chcę się przenieść do jaskini Ogłai.
Yaogwai. Even our strongest hunters could not hope to kill so many. There must be a nest nearby.
Żaden problem, groźniejsze zwierzęta się zabijało. Albo co proponujesz?
Fighting so many at once is a dangerous prospect, unless you are a truly mighty warrior. This many so close together suggests a nest nearby. If we find it and destroy it, we might have better luck.
Jak mam to zrobić?
Did Daniel not give you some of the new Canaanites' fire clay? That could easily collapse a cave and trap the beasts inside. Look around and
Lepiej weźmy się do roboty.
I stand with you.
Czyżby to była ta jaskinia Jaogłaj? Tak, dobra, więc wejdźmy do jaskini. I obadajmy ją sobie. Myślę, że jeszcze w tym odcinku zrobię ten quest z Jaogłaj. I będę mógł po tym kończyć odcinek. Dlaczego gra mi pokazuje tutaj, że coś mam niby zrobić? Dziwne, dobra,
I
idźmy.
know you are eager to leave Zion, but perhaps you might find peace if you stayed. Think about it.
Nie dzięki. Szukanie pokoju w takim zaplutym miejscu to nie jest to, co chciałbym. Bym uczynić. Dobra, czyli możemy wyjść i zawalić jaskinię, tak? i wykonać misję od razu, w sposób sprytny. Żeby po prostu już więcej nie wyłaziły. Dobra, więc nawet nie muszę penetrować całej tej jaskini, skoro to jest sposób na wykonanie misji. Sprzęt. I bum. No bum. Dwa strzały powinny wystarczyć. Nie wystarczyły. Otrzymałeś masę ołowiu w ryj.
Let's move on. I don't like to linger in this place.
Czyżby jeszcze było jakieś miejsce, w którym mogę podłożyć materiały wybuchowe? Chyba tak. Żeby zawalić całą tę wieczorną jaskinię. Tak, są jeszcze takie miejsca, więc zawalamy jaskinię, moi drodzy. Żeby po prostu wyeliminować na stałe plagę jałogłani. O, mam stanowisko strzeleckie. Zajebiście, teraz tylko patrzeć, którędy przyjdą, bo lecą do mnie. Tędy nie, tutaj zostawiliśmy, zdaje się, materiały były wybuchowe. Tu jest jakieś przejście jeszcze. Więc popłyńmy tędy i zobaczmy, co mi się uda wykombinować. Mądrego. I gdzie ja jestem? W tym miejscu. Podejdźmy w tę stronę. Zostawiliśmy tutaj, zdaje się, kolejne materiały wybuchowe. O, jałogłaj, dzień dobry. Ojej, misiaczki są wkurzone. Ciekawy jestem, jak misiaczki kochane zareagują na mój pistolet laserowy. Bziu, bziu. Bum. Bziu. Aha, nie mam bziu, bziu. Więc zrobimy bziam, bziam. Dobra. To jak? O, mocne są te miśki. Nawet całkiem nieźle im poszło. I jeszcze chyba jeden przeżył. Już nie. Moim zdaniem alternatywna wersja tego questu, wykonania tego questu jest lepsza. Bo chyba zawalenie jaskini zakończy quest. Tutaj zostawiliśmy materiał, tu teraz dane i idziemy tędy. Aha, czyli mamy teraz opuścić jaskinię i zdetonować ładunki przy pomocy detonatora. Spoko, jakby to powiedzieć, robi się. Ale będę ten pistolet jest dobry, laserowy, ale szybko się psuje. Dobra, musimy wyjść stąd i wysadzić całą jaskinię przy pomocy detonatora. Dobra, czyli możemy to zrobić tylko i wyłącznie po tym, jak otrzymaliśmy takie polecenie. Ale przynajmniej to powinno wyeliminować problem jałogłai na stałe, bo bez tego, gdzie one się podzieją. Dobra, więc teraz gra nas ewidentnie kieruje do wyjścia. I wyjdźmy z doliny, wyjdźmy z tego miejsca, weźmy sobie z uzbrojenia detonator górniczy i zróbmy boom. Jeps.
When salt upon wounds took New Canaan, he ordered the white legs to salt the earth so nothing could grow again.
Dobra, jakie jest kolejne zadanie? A, czyli mamy się tutaj udać. Dobra, więc myślę, że ze Starego Mostu Rockville będzie tam najbliżej. Ale najpierw, moi drodzy, zrobimy sobie tutaj save'a i zakończymy odcinek. Do zobaczenia, cześć, trzymajcie się.